The Hand of Glory! I think this is a real blowtorch, not the other fake criminal. November 11th, Lars' apartment.
The blowtorch case didn't go as I'd hoped. Instead of the savior, I found myself impersonating the damsel in distress. Luckily, Burton came just in time to get me out of the doghouse. In contrast to his usual MO, Blowtorch was about to take my head off with his bare hands. The signs on my neck would take weeks to disappear completely. I got suspended from the service indefinitely, obviously, and I would soon discover that sitting on my hands would never be a part of my life again.
I got suspended? Why?
I found the Miami Harbinger under my door, as I had every day since I'd subscribed to their delivery service.
I did play a role in saving that lady, guys.
I immediately saw the blurb on the front page. Blowtorch had been identified as David Ramos, an ordinary man who made a living working as a plumber. The initials, the plumbing job, everything matched the information found in the letters. That crazy guy had given us, little by little, his complete identikit.
That is a bit too easy. I don't think he's a real one. The guy we saw in that opening cutscene, that's the real Blowtorch. I think.
The leading story dealt with the disappearance of a young girl, the daughter of a certain Molesberg. Apparently, he was one of the richest and most powerful men in the city. Nevertheless, I had never heard of him before. The journalist was doubting the real disappearance of the teenager, assuming she was a runaway instead. I wonder what clues she could have had that led to such speculation.
This teenager, The same one as the one lying on the floor there. In the opening movie. Is she the victim? David Ramos is Blowtorch.
At least now the public knew his real identity. The man would struggle to move freely. Despite Burton's timely intervention, Ramos was able to disappear into the night and not get caught.
What?
At least now the public knew his real identity. The man would struggle to move freely.
He got away? Is that the reason why we got punished? But blame it on my backups. It took them forever to arrive at the scene. It's not my fault, guys. Well, we actually got away, so there's only one Blowtorch. It's the same one. And he got himself a next victim too. A daughter of a rich man. Wow.
The envelope sticking out didn't have a normal appearance. A cold shiver passed down my spine.
Oh, not again.
And I just received yet another letter from Blowtorch.
Wow.
I immediately noticed the strange seal with which it had been secured, but I would think about that later. With a trembling hand, I set out to pull out the letter. On the paper was an address and a series of meaningless numbers. Nothing else. Ramos was giving me an appointment in a West Miami alley. But that wasn't the most absurd thing. The most absurd thing is that I'd probably have gone. So Ramos was back after just a few hours on the run, ready to pick up our challenge where it left off. In the meantime, the Miami Harbinger was publishing news about the disappearance of the Molesberg scion that occurred the night before. What if she was the victim chosen by Blowtorch? I should seek out more information. The morning news was being aired right then. Maybe there was still time to catch the final minutes of it.
The morning news. Okay, let's take a look here.
My LCD pony, which cost me an arm, a leg, and even a toe for my foot. Literally. When I moved here, it slipped from my hands and fractured my big left toe.
Ouch. Ouch, ouch.
I needed the remote control. That TV had every possible function, including toasting bread, but not a bloody damn power button. I
No
needed
power
the remote
button.
control if I wanted to turn it on.
Are you serious? No power button. Maybe you just can't find it. Yeah, the buttons nowadays are very hidden, guys. Because people use a remote. So the buttons are probably at the back or underneath the TV. It's concealed buttons. That's usually the case. Where's the remote control? Here. Is that the remote? On the trolley?
What the hell was my remote control doing in there?
Okay, turn on the TV.
The universal remote control for my original pony. The best of the worst.
Original Sony, you mean? Sony Pony? A quality brand, guys.
The TV didn't turn on. The batteries were probably dead, and the closest retailer was half an hour away by foot. Damn batteries. There must be some way to give you even a little boost.
Any spare batteries inside his house? Spare batteries. It's my router here on the floor.
With blood and sweat, I had completed that collection of action figures when I was a kid. After Green Dart, it was my biggest triumph. I hung all kinds of reminders on that pinboard, like bills to pay and anything else. But I should have also learned a method to remind me to check them. A vicious cycle. Claudio, the owner of the bar where I worked many years before. Sitting at the piano was his wife. Della tried many times to teach me to strum, but with very bad results.
Is that my buddy?
Before joining the detective bureau, I made a living working at a bar. How many friends did I make in those years? How much fun did I have?
The long lost years. Oh, the bygone era.
I didn't want anything from the bar. I barely drank, especially when I was working on a case.
Oh, there's a magnet here.
The UFO magnet I had stolen long ago from one of my neighbors, Richard. It kept the device thermostat held in position. Removing it would drop the temperature as low as it could go.
Oh, interesting. Don't see any batteries around. What about the clock? Does it use batteries? But no hotspots.
The last time I made up my bed, America was still at war with Great Britain. I kept Bobby, my stuffed bear, underneath. He protected me from my nightmares. On the nightstand was a photo of my parents on holiday in Greece. Inside it was mainly my underwear. On some occasions, though, I put my phone in there too. The cell phone was inside the nightstand, comfortably resting in the underwear drawer.
Does it use
When I
batteries?
bent down to pick it up, I found myself looking at my parents' photograph. Mom and Dad, on holidays in Greece during their honeymoon. Dad with his typical sly look, Mom with an unlikely 80s rock star hairstyle. We always used to make fun of her for that juvenile look. How long had it been since I left Italy? And them. Looking at that photo always left me with a sour taste in my mouth, but that wasn't the right time to get lost in memories. I had a cell phone to retrieve and an investigation to continue. The night before, I'd even been able to deactivate that paid weather service. I could finally use the phone to do what it was designed for. Making phone calls.
Making phone calls. That's all it needs to do. Nothing else. So does it use batteries or not? I need batteries. Go to the back. No batteries. But it's not the same kind of batteries though. So, nightstand. Why is there a restroom sign there? It's pointing to the right. Any devices that use batteries in here? I don't see any, guys. The bowling ball thingy.
With blood and sweat, I had completed that collection of action figures after Green Dart. It was my biggest triumph.
Anything inside the fridge?
Inside that fridge, there wasn't even misery left.
What's on the table there? Not even a hotspot. A newspaper is one. Poster. Huh? Why is there a charging battery symbol there?
The poster claimed that the cold filled you with energy. I wondered if that was true. I always preferred the sea to the mountains.
Does that really work? Maybe that will give it an ounce of energy. Just a little bit. Just need to open up the TV or turn on the TV. That is all.
I read somewhere once that a dead battery could regain a small amount of energy in an extremely cold environment.
Wow.
The fridge, though, was set to a medium temperature. It wouldn't have worked.
Remove the
Set
magnet.
the thermostat directly, because it broke long ago. To keep it in position, I used that magnet attached on the side.
Just take it away. Yeah, take it away, dude.
But, alright. I rarely ate the junk food in my fridge anyway. I read somewhere once that a dead battery could regain a small amount of energy in an extremely cold environment. Could it be true, this story of batteries recharging in the cold? Hey, maybe that's what igloos are. Huge batteries shaped like houses. Oh, that would explain why Eskimos wear gloves, to prevent electric shocks.
That actually worked.
It's time to discover if my limited physics knowledge would help me or not.
Alright, let's try this out.
The house of famous tycoon Eric Mulsberg, where an attempted break-in was reported last night. No statement has been released either from the police or the family, so the specifics of the offense are still shrouded in mystery. The only detail that has been leaked so far is some strange graffiti drawn on the front of the mansion, probably left by the same individual or group that attempted the late-night illegal entry. As you can see behind me, the symbol appears to have been applied using an enormous quantity of blood, perhaps of a human nature. We await confirmation on the origin of the liquid, with hopes that it isn't the blood of young Catherine Mulsberg. Stay tuned to this network for further developments. From Gwendolyn Pratt, back to you in the newsroom.
That symbol on the wall. I saw it even before that swine of a hack opened her mouth. It was identical to the seal on the letter I had just received.
It's the same one.
I had no doubt anymore. Blowtorch was pulling out all the stops to finish our challenge in style. I toyed with the idea of contacting Burton to bring him up to speed on the situation, but I scrapped that thought. If I could close the case myself, my superiors would be forced to reinstate me into the department. Was it really worth the risk of falling straight into a trap? Or was I kidding? I was never the kind of man to back down from a challenge, no matter how dangerous it may be. It was high time to let the world see what I was worth. I wouldn't be remembered as the detective that let one of the worst serial killers in the history of Miami slip away.
Well, yeah, I'm up for a challenge anytime, but the question is, why is he sending me a challenge? Why? Why me?
The thing to do next was retrieve Green Dart, just in case I needed to race off in pursuit of Ramos. My beloved bike had been left at the HPD the night before. To recover it, a long walk awaited me. Hey Richie, how's it going?
Hello, Lazarus.
Richard, we've been neighbors for 5 years now. What do you think about finally calling me Lars?
I like the sound of Lazarus.
There's something magnetic about it, don't you think?
Speaking of magnetism, do you still have that magnet I loaned you?
Yeah, well, you know, it's complicated.
What do you mean by complicated? You didn't lose it, did you?
No, not lost, no. I used it in a secret mission.
My magnet. In a secret mission.
Very, very secret. So secret I can't tell you anything about it.
Well, do me a favor and get it back to me as soon as possible. It's a fond family memory.
And that's what it would remain for poor Richard. A memory.
Can I not give him back the magnet? I think I have it in my inventory. What is so special about the magnet, Richie?
Once you could find love letters inside. Now it's just bills and a mountain of advertising. Do you even read the advertisements they send you?
No, I just use it to ignite the coal at the barbecues with my colleagues. See you soon, Richie.
Sure, at next Sunday's residence meeting. You'll come, right?
I have a previously scheduled engagement.
Sorry, did I say Sunday? I meant Saturday.
Even worse, I have to attend a funeral.
Oh, too bad. Then my condolences.
The only one who'd die would be me if I went to another one of those stupid meetings. Of boredom. Richard, one of my neighbors. A nice guy. We've always got each other's backs during the residence meetings.
Very nice guy indeed. He's letting me keep his magnet. So that is very cool.
Despite having customized it and made it ridiculously cool, it was still a wretched carrier of bad news. I was sure I would find only bills and late payment warnings. Sometimes it's better not to know, so I didn't open it.
And also letters from Blowtorch, the serial killer. There is a cursed mailbox. Alright, I think that goes back into the apartment. How am I building? A hole?
For months I kept asking and asking Miss Joyce to repair that hole. Sooner or later I would fall through it again.
Isn't this dangerous though?
The Parmesan had been dangling from the ceiling for years, and by now it had reached a very strong seasoning. I used to prepare a trap for a rat that was haunting the attic. I almost managed to grab it when the floor decided to collapse underneath my feet. And what's worse, I disastrously landed on the floor beneath, causing that huge hole.
Oh!
The story? The Parmesan was still hanging from those wires, and I had started to hate rats.
So it was me who made that hole. Wow. That is historic. And we have a world map. Look at this. The map of Miami. Welcome, Miami. Miami Beach on the right. So, we have two locations. HPD headquarters and Law's house. I think we need to go back to the headquarters first to retrieve our bike.
I found a very bad surprise waiting for me outside the office.
Flat
Those
tire.
idiots in the department had pierced a tire of my beloved green Dart.
Ouch.
Furthermore, the bike was locked to the streetlight with its chain. Wheelo probably had the keys, but for the tire I would have to come up with something. One thing was for sure, I wouldn't leave the HPD without my green Dart.
My beloved green dot. Look at the abuse that he has been through. Poor green dot.
It was Green Dart, my customized mountain bike. At the moment, it was still chained to that streetlight and had a flat tire.
Flat tire problem, huh?
I needed something to plug the breach.
Plug the breach.
I needed Green Dart to move, but fixing it with my bare hands seemed impossible. I needed something to plug the breach.
Okay, and then pump it back up again. So we have new items in our inventory. So the magnet from the fridge, and also cigarettes. I don't remember cigarettes. Where are they from? What?
After the whirlwind conclusion of the blowtorch case, I had smoked an entire pack of cigarettes. I left just 2 for emergency situations.
Oh, so they are leftovers. Okay. Maybe I can melt the rubber. The rubber tire. Using the cigarettes. Melt it into a patch. To mend the hole. Is that a good idea or not? A sports car. Who does it belong to?
A fiery red sports car. I prefer two-wheeled vehicles by far, but that one just had a certain something.
This belongs to the chief? The police chief?
A fiery red sports car. I prefer to.
Yes.
A fiery red sports
Yes.
prefer.
Stop clicking on these.
Firemen usually open the main valve, from which a powerful water jet would come out.
Water jets.
Bullets in Love, the box office smash hit movie of the recent months. The classic predictable thriller where at the end the killer turns out to be, spoiler alert, the main character.
That's not the first. I've read books before with that that kind of surprise in the end. Those are mystery novels. The main character turning out to be the killer, the murderer. Reserved parking spot. I think this belongs to one of the high-ups in the department. It is preserved parking, or reserved parking. HPD entrance. The security camera. Hello, Willow.
That was Wheelo, visitor service section. His role was dispensing entry passes to the occasional visitor and invent government conspiracies in his twisted little mind. Hey, Wheelo.
Oh, it's just you.
Who else would it be?
A government inspector, maybe? They're everywhere these days.
We are the HPD, the last place a government inspector would check.
We work for justice, so we're all clean and spotless. Is that what you think?
Actually, if we're talking about being clean, that doesn't really apply anymore. Listen, it's you has the keys to Green Dart, right?
Yes, the chief inspector entrusted their custody to me. Can you show me an identification document?
Wheelo, if you don't give me the keys of my Green Dart right now...
I'll make an exception to the rule.
Are you going to give the keys to me? Oh, that was easy. Wow. Thank you.
Hey, where did the second key come from? That's not mine.
The keys were delivered to me as you see them, but if you want to fill out a complaint form...
I'll keep them this way.
Okay, choices.
What the hell happened to my Green Dart?
The vehicle has a puncture on the front tire. Not only that, it's chained to a lamppost.
Do you have any idea who perpetrated this offense?
I don't have all the necessary evidence to make an assessment. Do you want to press charges?
It'd be a waste of time. Instead, do you know where there's a bike shop around here so I can buy a new tire?
There's one 5 blocks away from here, along the promenade.
It took me 2 hours just to get here from my house. I can't afford to lose the whole day. I'll manage some other way.
Chewing gum. That would make a very great patch.
It depends. Who's asking?
The President of the United States.
Very funny. I might have some more, yes.
Well, perfect. That's exactly what I need.
Don't get any ideas. I'm done giving you things for free.
Come on. Stop talking nonsense and give me some gum.
Okay. Bring me the latest edition of Play Guy and maybe we can talk about it.
Play guy?
What? I'm alone all day down here. I have to find some way to pass the time.
Looks like I might have to spend the day running errands for this paranoid. On the other side of the street is a newsstand. I better hurry up if I don't want to waste too much time.
Play guy. Looks like Playboy has some competition, huh? So that was another topic with Willow. Hold on. Actually, no. Yes.
I'll go check if the package I've been waiting on for 3.5 months has arrived.
Okay. Willow. Willow is speaking with a bit of a Chinese accent, guys. So I think he is Chinese. And look at those eyes with the slits. He's definitely Chinese. So, newsstand. Where is the newsstand? Is it this way?
It provided access to the city sewers. Many tourists love visiting sewers. I'll never understand why.
Tourists from which country? That's a bit abnormal. Alright, how do we get to the newsstand, guys? Oh, this way? The arrow. Newsstand. Wow. It's so busy at this street corner here. It's waterfront. Look at that, street artist.
He was getting down with that guitar.
And he's pretty good at it too.
Ramos was everywhere, constantly reminding me of the thrashing I suffered.
There is a Play Guy magazine here. Does it belong to this Mason? Look at this, adult magazine.
It was an adult magazine. The
Play Guy.
rabbit with the glasses subtly suggested its intended purpose.
What is that doing here?
I could have tried asking him for it first.
Mason.
The Mason was building a wall in a cross-section of the HPD station. He had a remarkable mustache. Hello.
How can I help you?
You're doing a really great job.
You can say that again, my friend. Nobody does grout work like this these days. Listen to old Tom. That's not just a wall, it is art.
If he could, that man would have exhibited his stuccoed wall in the Louvre of Paris, near the Mona Lisa.
That doesn't happen very often, guys. Enjoying your work. Be enthusiastic about it too.
Is that magazine on the wall yours?
Of course it's mine. What a question.
Well, this is a very difficult situation to explain. In short, I urgently need that magazine.
I understood full well what kind of urgency we're talking about. But unfortunately, I have an urgency even greater than yours. Look at those soft curves, those gentle shades.
Please, let's not get into any details.
What are you suggesting? My urgency is art. I need that magazine as inspiration for my wall.
Wow.
So I can't give it to you. Go to the newsstand and buy a copy like everyone else.
Well, I tried asking politely. Now I'd have to graduate to cunningly stealing.
But before we do that, let's go talk to the news guy. Let's see if he has a copy of Plague Eye or not.
He looked more like a cursed painter than a newsagent. Good morning, Didier.
Bonjour, détective.
You're still practicing your French, I see.
Je suis really French, détective. How many times do I have to tell you?
Come on, cut the act. Just give me a copy of Plague Eye, please.
Do you plan to pay this time?
Pay? You're particularly funny today, Didier.
I cannot extend you any more credit, detective. Your account has so many zeros that I struggle to read the total.
I refuse to pay even 1 penny to do Willow a favor.
On the other hand, Inspector Barton has left something paid for you.
Body?
Seamus is really funny. Was it my fault that Ramos was a mountain of a man?
That is all for now. See you soon, detective.
By the way, your fake pronunciation sucks.
The magazine, guys. What is it again? A bodybuilding magazine?
That guy's for muscles. Maybe want to start a diet based on chicken and salads.
Can we exchange the two magazines? Maybe he won't notice. Maybe. A toolbox.
An inviting toolbox, stuffed with delights of 1,000 uses.
What kind of interesting tools does it have? Anything we can pick up?
If I ever had the need for those tools, I would know where to look.
And a bucket of paint.
How many acts of vandalism could I perpetrate with a simple brush?
A million.
Putting it in my pocket was out of the question. I'd have sullied my amazing coat. If needed, I could have used it on the spot. The fountain wasn't especially elaborate, and to tell the truth, it also seemed out of place. It emitted a hypnotic water jet, though, neither too violent nor too calm. The fountain emitted a... The sun up in the sky, a fiery red balloon and a lollipop. Would have gladly changed places with that kid. With his mother distracted, stealing the balloon and lollipop from the kid would be child's play. How low I've sunk.
Well, I guess we have to think of a plan now. The magazine. I'm gonna show this to the Mason first.
I thought it was better to look for another solution.
I just swapped the two without his notice. Swapping the two magazines.
Yes, I would rapidly switch the covers so that the Mason wouldn't notice the disappearance of his magazine.
Is that going to work, guys? Wow. Is that really going to work? But it's still the same
Now I
magazine.
felt more at ease.
The Fate Ada magazine. What? Did I just swap the cover? I swapped the cover. Only the cover.
The cover depicted a muscled man in a military pose. The contents, though,
Wow.
were much more interesting.
This is easier than I thought, guys. I'm not sure what we're gonna do with the other items here, but first thing first is to deliver the magazine and get a piece of gum to patch up our bike. That's our objective for now.
Here you are, you filthy pervert.
But
Enjoy.
these were not the kinds of pecs I really wanted to see.
Take the cover off, you idiot.
Oh, now I get it.
Bunny lady.
Don't get smart. No, I want the chewing gum we agreed on.
A new piece of gum, please. Thank you.
Help yourself, but make sure you're not seen. It could look like attempted bribery.
It's just a trade. It's not bribery, right? Yeah, it's a trade.